Here's Casino's Sport bringing you that heat and that fire. We keeping the foot on the what? On the X. We keeping the foot on the what? On the X. Richy Rich, man, what's up, man? Talk to them. What's good with you, bro?
What's up, man? What's up? He knows, man. It's been a little while, man. But we're back at it again. Uh, Appreciate you guys in the chat coming through. Always shouts out to you all. We got some good, real good topics for you today. Uh, Pretty much, basically, what's going on in the NBA bubble, the games that the exciting games that we've been watching, tuning into. So we're gonna be touching on that and just tune in, and give feedback off what we're talking about.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. So let's get on to it, man. Let's delve into it. We got to talk about it because and the prediction king strikes again. And the prediction king strikes again. Mellow S, salute to you, man. Let's put them out there on the red carpet. Damian Lillard and Luka Doncic, dog. We sat here in the last live and we told people offense gets the glory, but defense wins championships. Let me say it again. Offense gets the glory, but defense wins championships. They didn't understand that, man. They don't understand there's levels to this basketball pedigree stuff, dog. And you heard me say before, maybe my basketball standards are too high, or maybe y'all motherfuckers can't keep up. Let me say it again. Maybe my basketball standards are too damn high, or maybe y'all motherfuckers can't keep up. So, Richy Rich, man, talk to the people, man. Why did Damian Lillard, aka Dame Dollar, get exposed? And Skip Bayless is now the chickens have come to roost, and he's looking like a super, and an ultimate real G out here in these basketball streets. When he said, what did he say? He lacks the super in front of star. So he's certified, qualified, and verified to say that. And then let's talk about Luka Doncic and him basically saying that LeBron, Ramon, James, things that make you say, things that make you say, that's his idol. No wonder he's a triple double artist and he doesn't work on the defensive side of the ball. So I want you to talk about these guys and why we need to talk about how these guys got exposed in the playoffs and how they're going to continue to get exposed in the playoffs and they don't get their defense up. So what's up, Richy Rich? Talk to the people.
Uh, yeah, pretty much like how you said it, man. Damian Lillard and Doncic, they're one-dimensional players. They're great offensive players. They could do a lot. They could score. Uh, they could make plays offensively for their teammates. But on the defensive side of the ball, they're weak, man. They're a weak-minded team. It's not just them. The teams that they play on too, the philosophies that they have, they don't really defend as well. So that Portland team, uh, watching that game, seeing how they played, Damian Lillard, we know he's a stud offensively, but I don't know if that style of play is really gonna get him to where he's trying to go, man. And you could see I like his attitude. I like that Damian is one of those guys. He's not gonna he's gonna stick with Portland. He's gonna be loyal and he's gonna do what he can. But realistically, he's most likely not gonna win with that team because of the way he plays, man. And he's not a two-way player. He's a great offensive player, but he don't play on the defensive end. And the team that he has, he don't really have the horses like that. You know what I'm saying? CJ McCollum, he's straight, but uh, I don't know if him and Damian Lillard are gonna get things done as a tandem. It's just like that same scenario where uh, you had Stephen Curry and you had Monta Ellis, and I believe they had to decide what's his name, Jerry West. He became a executive in their office, in the Golden State Warriors office, and he decided that he was gonna decide to move Monta Ellis, and they were gonna draft Klay Thompson. That was the move that was the solid move. They needed a bigger two guard at that spot because these guys are undersized, man. So they're going to be compromised whenever they have to defend. a team is going to take advantage of them. They're going to bring them down low and post them up, figure out ways to get easier shots. They're going to be targeting those guys, and that's what the Lakers were doing in that series. They were targeting them, and they couldn't do anything about it. You know what I'm saying? When like you see LeBron out there, he has to guard. Damian Lillard has to when he switched up on LeBron. It's deer in headlights, and LeBron is playing the point guard position, so he's looking for that switch. He's looking to get Damian Lillard on that switch. Damian Lillard can't do nothing. He's looking to get C.J. McCollum on that switch. We all know Carmelo can't guard LeBron at this juncture. He would do a decent job earlier in his careers. Those times when he was playing on Denver and that's when Carmelo really tried to defend. When he would get up for those games with LeBron James earlier in his career. But this version of Melo was it was hard to watch Melo on that court, man. trying to defend LeBron, man. LeBron knew he basically knew he had a bucket whether Melo was on him, Damian was on him, or CJ McCollum. I don't know that they were missing Trevor Ariza a whole lot because Trevor Ariza couldn't participate in this bubble. But Damian Lillard, man, it's probably a little too late. That dude is 30 years old, so he's not going to play on the other end. He is who he is. That's what he is. He's just gonna have to hope that Portland decides to go after other type of players. Get defensive minded players to put around him. And they may have to move CJ McCollum. They got to get a bigger guard at the two guard. They could move McCollum. They got to get another two guard that's taller and that can play defense. Now Luka Doncic. That boy is a gamer. I'm not gonna front. That series had no business going the distance that it should have went. But I understand that the Clippers, they haven't played a lot of games together, and they still are trying to figure their chemistry out. So you could see there was chemistry issues with the Clippers in that series, and Lucas was able to take advantage of it. He made plays down the stretch, and he has a trait in him that we all like, that clutch trait. He's not afraid of taking that big shot in the final moments. But Luka don't play defense, man. And we saw when the series was starting we saw when the series was starting to decide itself. We saw what separates Kawhi and Luka, man. Kawhi was shutting that boy down. So Kawhi took on the challenge to lock up Luka, but Luka couldn't do anything on the other end against Kawhi. You saw how Kawhi methodically destroyed that team. In the fourth quarter, when his number was called to take those shots. PG was having his up and down, so Kawhi had to carry him, and that's what he did. That's what Kawhi does. But Luka, if he really wants to be a superstar in this league, he's still young. He's only 21 years old. He has time to learn how to properly play defense in this league. But I like where he's at offensively, man. That kid is not scared. He's fearless. So he has to work on his defensive game because Dallas is he's 6'7". He's their small forward. You need your small forward in this league. You need your small forward to defend it at that position because there's so many talented players at his position. There's Giannis, there's Kawhi, there's KD, there's LeBron. You know what I'm saying? And there's other guys that are the new up and coming guys. Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum. You see Pascal Siakam. He's gonna have to defend, learn how to defend at this position. These guys are coming, man. So Luka's nice, man, offensively, but defensively, if the Mavericks really want to go somewhere, Luka has to become a better defensive player, and they gotta continue to surround him with better talent because Kristaps Porzingis, I don't know if that man is gonna last. That man went down with another knee injury, so that team might need to go after another star player. But that's where those two dudes lie, man. These guys, Damian Lillard he is who he is as a player. He's not. I don't see no. I think he's capped off where he's at. Now it's
Yep.
just who Portland is gonna surround around him to really make him a contender. Dallas, his sky's the limit, but Luka has to become a better defender. He still has time. He's a very young player, but you could see it. He's very mature for his age, man, because he's been playing since he was a teenager, man, in Slovenia. So that dude been playing with grown ass dudes since he was a teenager. He knows how he ain't afraid of these guys. But
Mhm.
he has to become a better defender in this league. And Mark Cuban, he got to pony up, man. He can't be cheap like he was when the Dallas Mavericks beat the Heat in 2011 when he decided he wasn't gonna pay to keep that team together. He got talent there now. He got to pony up and pay to surround that boy with Luka because he got a real one with Luka, man. Luka is not scared.
Mhm. Look, man. Now, this is even going to make Richie Rich feel some type of way because, like I said, maybe my basketball standards are too high, or maybe y'all motherfuckers can't keep up, man. So, bottom line is, I'm about to unleash the dragon, dog, or the double dragon's true alpha up in this motherfucker. Listen, Richie Rich said 75% of the equation. I'm about to give you guys 100. They need to blow that fucking team up, Damian Lillard included. Yeah, I said it. I fucking said it. They need to blow that team up, Damian Lillard included. Bottom line is this. I already saw that Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum and that Portland Trailblazers team, they're not going to get you over the hump. If you're a team that's trying to just get to the playoffs and you're just trying to make it to the first, the second, or the third round, yeah, keep the team as is. But if you're trying to win an NBA championship and your leader of that team is not a defensive oriented player, I'm sorry to say that. You're not going to get the job done. The highest degree of a player who played as if he masqueraded like he played defense because he was giving you high steal ratios was Allen Iverson. And Allen Iverson still didn't win a title. He went up against the Los Angeles Lakers, and we know what happened. They lost in 5 games. That was the highest iteration of a point guard or a person who plays basketball at the one position who can defend, who can do all of these things. But when I say defend, get steals and still didn't win nothing. Damian Lillard is what he is. He's an offensive player that gives you offensive exploits. I call these players offensive only minded type of players. They give you that offense, they give you that exploit, they give you that hoopla, they give you that prisoner of the moment fiasco. But when push comes to shove, when the game gets slowed down to a crawl, when the game gets slowed down to a snail, when it's all about playing basketball at the highest levels, meaning being a Geppetto, being elite both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball, Damian Lillard falls short. When you look at a Luka Doncic, I'm sorry to say this, but I'm gonna have to get on his ass too. You motherfuckers was trying to sit here and try to make it seem like Luka Doncic was on that level with Kawhi Leonard. See, this is the problem with people. They have short attention span. They forgot that Kawhi Leonard was a 2-time finals champion and a 2-time finals MVP. Unless y'all forget, let's have to remind y'all asses. This motherfucker won with the Toronto Raptors and this motherfucker won with the San Antonio Spurs. Kawhi Leonard locked down LeBron James, embarrassed him. And then on top of that, went there and embarrassed Stephen Curry and reduced Stephen Curry into a high-octane beta, a.k.a. alpha wannabe. Regressed his ass. As a matter of fact, Kawhi Leonard even went out and said, you ain't shit with Kevin Durant. You ain't shit without Kevin Durant. You need Kevin Durant to deliver the goods because if you ain't got Kevin Durant, you remember that, Richy Rich. He told Stephen Curry that to his damn face. If you ain't got no Kevin Durant, I'm going to bust your ass. And that's what he did. He bust his ass. That's the Kawhi Leonard. And see, y'all forgot the NBA bubble. Y'all forgot there was a 3 to 4 month NBA stoppage. We're talking about defense here. And we've talked about this on the platform. Defense takes a while. It's the hardest thing to obtain, but it's the first thing to go. Let me say it again. It's the hardest thing to obtain, but it's the first thing to go. These guys had to get their legs up under them. So they had to play games to where they can get their continuity and get their ingenuity back. Once that ended up happening, what happened? They started to shut motherfucking teams down. All these people saying Paul George, they were calling him Pandemic P. What the fuck is that? That sounds like some Rudy Poo and Plum Plum Brain shit. classic though than troglodyte shit. Ultra fanboy with the ultra fanboy rhetoric shit. Only beta males with beta male energy call somebody pandemic P. I don't even understand these damn terminologies now. Pandemic P. What the fuck is that? What did Paul George did? He came out, he gave you one option, one heavyweight lifting game, which was the clincher. Because anybody that knows basketball knows game 5 is the clincher. When you beat somebody in game 5, that's it. It's a fucking wrap. It's a fucking wrap. 75% of the teams that win game 5 close out the damn series. Paul George went in there, did the heavyweight lifting to shut all of these damn idiots that sound like, I don't even know what you want to call them. Calling this dude pandemic. I don't even know what the hell that means. But anyways, ice them dudes out. And then what did Kawhi Leonard do? In key situational moments, he locked down Luka Doncic. And I've been trying to tell people about these type of offensive-oriented minded type of players. When you look at Damian Lillard, he doesn't play defense. That's a problem. That's a big X in my marker. When you look at Luka Doncic, he better be careful. Because, see, Damian Lillard, what you get is what you see. So if I was the Portland Trailblazers, I'd blow that fucking team up. If I want to win a championship, I'll blow that team up. But when I'm looking at the Dallas Mavericks, I give Luka Doncic 6 more years because you got to include this year. Richy Rich knows the standard. It's a 7-year thing here. If basketball players stay in their tendencies for 7 years, then what you see is going to be what you're going to fucking get out of them. So Luka Doncic got 6 years to get his defense up. But judging the player that he is and judging the fact that his idol is LeBron, Ramon, James, I don't expect this motherfucker to bring his defense up. What I expect from him is to do triple doubles. That's what I expect. So all that I'm going to tell you guys, and I'm about to say this right now so it could stick in the corpus callosum and in the cerebellum, is this. Luka Doncic, when it's all said and done, is going to be a swooped up James Harden, meaning he's a front runner, i.e. a basketball Tony Romo or Zab Judah. He gives you all of this great offensive exploit, but when push comes to shove, he ain't nowhere to be fucking found. Jalik the leader, what's up, man? Talk to
me, man. Shout out to Heroes of Sport. Shout out to Rich, man. Thanks for having me on. I agree with you. We finally agree on some things, man. We finally agree on some things. Like Luka Doncic, it is nice, but his offensive ability to control the game is high level though, and a lot of players are gonna have weaknesses. So you got to ask yourself: do you want a guy with that high levels offensive skills, or you want somebody with less skills that may play a little bit better defense? Because that young boy, what's his name? He went to Arizona State. That got hot last night. What's his name? Prout for OK. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh, Dort.
They was leaving him open, and he started hitting threes. Yeah, and he played defense. That's the type level. That's kind of like how Kawhi started. He was more like defense, and then he just started building up, and then out of nowhere. And I think you forgot to mention that the Kawhi won Defensive Player of the Year twice, right? Like Michael Jordan. Yeah, so he definitely
Jordan only won it once though, but Kawhi won it twice.
He won it twice, yeah. So he won it twice. But speaking on the Lakers situation, the Lakers is probably with James Harden. Watching James Harden, man. First of all, their coach is a gimmick, bro. From Phoenix, remember him in Phoenix with Amari Stoudemire? I thought they should have fired him 2 years ago. But I'm like, dude, why won't you fire this dude? His contract is he's a straight gimmick. Like he playing video games. He don't make adjustments. He just let him. He don't hold him accountable. I'm sitting there last night like, bro, you too good to let LKC in the game, bro. He don't know how to coach, bro. I'm telling you, man. I see him winning, and I like Houston. I would like him to win, but I see him winning one game. I see him winning at least one game. They might can get two, depending on AD's injuries, and if he get in foul trouble. But how do y'all look at? How do y'all think homeboy gonna match up against Murray? Because Murray is like he going to another level, bro. You think it's good for Kawhi to stick Murray or not, or put Paul George?
Before we get on to that, I want your take on Damian Lillard, and I want your take extra on Luka. You know what I'm saying? I want to know what your take is on them and their exposure.
Yeah. So most for them to be doing what they doing offensively, that's like 1% of the population can do that. So in order to really build to the higher level, you're going to have to surround them with people that really play defense. If you don't surround them with people that play defense and enforce that, then that's going to always be a problem because Steph Curry don't really got no defense, but they did surround him with Iguodala and Draymond Green. So if you don't surround them with defense, then it's going to be a problem. Their backcourt is small. I think Homeboy been low key on a trading block for a few years, but they just keep winning and they putting up stats. The challenge with Portland, it's like any other job. If you work a corporate job and they say, do you want to work in Portland, Oregon, or do you want to work in Miami, Florida? I mean, Portland, Oregon doesn't have no state sales tax, so you buy a TV for $1,000, it's going to cost you $1,000. But in Florida, you have no state income tax, so that saves you a lot of money. So it's going to be hard for them to attract free agents because Jimmy Butler. So if it was easier for them to attract free agents, that's a prime spot to go to, and they can use a defensive guy that just focus on defense. So. But as far as Luka Doncic, people were saying that he was on Larry Bird level. I was like, bro, you need to slow down. Exactly. On Facebook, I was like, bro, you really need to slow down, bro. He's not there yet. He did show a little heart too, because his boy be showing heart. What's his name? The unicorn dude. He always ready to fight and prove himself. he be losing his temper a little bit, but. The thing with Luka Doncic, like you said, too, I'll be looking at their conditioning. If you look at James Harden, bro, he has a problem with conditioning because he look about 10 pounds overweight. Something is up. I don't know if he have a food addiction because that's going to get you, bro. I'm telling you. That's going to get you, bro. You can't be playing like that, bro. Like, it's like what he did. I do give him credit for blocking that shot, though. I do give him credit for blocking that shot, but he definitely need to stay off them cup. Something is not up, bro. Something is not right with Harden, bro.
Some of them boys got that big boy genes, man. So he gotta live in the damn gym, dog. They gotta have a chef. They gotta have a chef with them.
Yeah, he gotta have a watcher. He probably you know how a lot of times you be watching Netflix at night and you just bored, and you eat some pecan ice cream. Some people can do that, but some people can't do that, bro. He can't do that. So, but yeah.
That's true. That's true, man. So yeah, let's jump onto it, man. Let's fast forward some gears here and let's talk about Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. Richy Rich, what's your take on that damn series? And then Jalik, we're gonna get to you, man. What's your take on that series? How you see it planning out? We know the Miami Heat is up 2-0, and I see the original Shea Show said, are you sure? He said now Giannis is down 0-2 to Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat. I went back and said, well, the original Shea Show is going to be a 7-game series. He said, are you sure? I said, trust me, Milwaukee ain't going down without a fight. So Richy Rich, what's your take on that damn series? How you see that series playing out? I think it's going to be a 7-game series. Honestly, if you ask me, I think it's the best series in the second round of basketball. I don't think that Giannis is not going to go down without a fight. There's a lot of murmurs. There's a lot of rumors out there saying that Giannis is going to leave the Milwaukee Bucks for the Miami Heat. I think it's convenient for Stephen A. Snake to say some stuff like that. I think it's convenient for Max Fullerman to say stuff like that instead of them focusing on the damn series, because they always want to focus on everything else that has nothing to do with basketball. So what's your take on the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat?
You talking to me? He knows?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I kind of knew that this series, man, was going to be a lit series, man, because the Heat, man, they played the Bucks pretty competitively during those couple regular season games that they played. You could see that they were employing the same system that Toronto did on Giannis in the Eastern Conference Finals last year, where they were basically building a wall. They were forcing Giannis to take jumpers, and whenever he tried to show that he was going to penetrate, they would funnel him into the big. Pretty much, building that wall. So he really can't be effective when he tries to drive, because that's his game, man. But Giannis, watching him in this Heat series, man, when he said he was at 60%, he wasn't lying. He still is. He still has ways to go, man. Because when you see Giannis size you up, man, it's kind of like you can see what he's about to do before he does it. So guys like Guys like Jimmy Butler, Jay Crowder, and Andre Iguodala, whenever they're defending them, man, those guys are licking their lips, man. They're licking their chops because as defenders, they already have a feeling of what Giannis is gonna do. You see that they're successful when they're they're using their defensive scheme on him because it's working. He's not he can't hit those outside jump shots. They're forcing him to take outside jumpers, and they're putting the responsibility of carrying the load on his teammates. They're making Chris Middleton have to step up, Eric Bledsoe, all the other role players, Brooke Lopez. These guys, they're gonna have to step up because the Heat, they really don't their job is to stop Giannis. They don't care what any of those other guys because they really don't care. If they let Giannis go off and Milwaukee gets back in the series, that's their whole mindset into this thing. But so they really don't care what the role players do. They're that confident if they let the role players play their game and they let Giannis, but they keep locking and keying on Giannis, that they got this series under wraps. And so far, it's been what they've been doing in this series, man, is working, man. And the Heat, man, they're solid. You know, seeing what they're doing because you already know Pat Riley, Eric Spoelstra, these guys, man, they preach defense. They come in they're all about defensive philosophy and making guys, when the guys come on this team, they get in shape. They're a serious franchise. They're a respected franchise around the NBA. So you know when you go play for that organization, man, you're gonna have to put in work. You know, because Pat Riley is the Don Dada. He's the one that runs things over there, and he's not putting up with that nonsense. And you see it, Jimmy Butler, he's doing his thing, man. But listen, the series is not over. They're only up 2-0. So we gotta see. Jimmy gotta continue to do this. Before then, Jimmy had a bad rap. He was a guy that liked to start trouble, you know, within organizations, and it got him traded away from those teams. But so far, his tenure in Miami has been decent so far. It's been pretty good. He's been being a good leader. You don't hear no nonsense coming out from his camp. No nonsense coming out from the Heat saying that he's out here mistreating those dudes. He's doing a good job as a leader in that organization, man. And you see it. They swept the Pacers, and they up 2-0 on the Milwaukee Bucks, man. And now Milwaukee, they got to respond, man. Because listen, if Milwaukee lose that next game, the series is a wrap.
Exactly.
No one comes back down from 3-0. No one. Not in the NBA. Not ever since I've been living, ever since I've existed, I've never seen anyone come back down from a 3-0. So we gotta commend the Heat. They doing good, but we gotta understand though the series is not over. If Milwaukee win this game tomorrow, they right back into this thing. Exactly. But so far, you gotta give it to the Heat. They basically studying tape on what the Toronto Raptors basically did to Giannis. This series is showing that Giannis, man, what are you doing with your game? You know, yeah, you're the MVP. You put up nice stats, but listen, man, you got to be able to hit jumpers in this league. As a star player, a perimeter player, you got to be able to hit outside shots with ease. Not with. I mean, some guys are better than others, but you got to show that you can hit that shot consistently in this league, being defended. So these defenders, you can make these defenders honest. Giannis can't play a triple threat. He can't bring a triple threat form at you. Because his game is basically driving to the rim, barreling to the rim. He can't play the triple threat game because his game is raw, man. His game is still too raw, and the Heat are exposing it. They're the next team that's now starting to expose it, man. So in the offseason, obviously, man, seeing this, we already know the Bucks are not winning the final because Giannis is still too raw as a player. And this offseason, when they get eliminated, I don't know if it's going to be the Heat to do it. Whoever eliminates them, Giannis needs to seriously go back into the lab, man, and work on his craft.
Yeah, you're gonna have to be shooting like thousands of jumpers a day because
pretty much.
it's a copycat league. If they see that they gonna do that, every team that he play gonna do the same thing. Nobody cares if you score 40 points. It's just for stats and MVP. Nobody cares. They just trying to win the game. So if you can't force them to change up their game plan without shooting jumpers, and he's gonna have a problem. And also as far as their bench, they only had like 16 assists. Like I'm like, bro, they should be moving the ball way better. And then people see the thing about people like George Hill, it's like they be solid, but it's like they off and on. Wesley Matthews, they not consistently consistent. So you're not sure if they're gonna show up. And these are the type players that determine the series. Just like we almost won it for last night, the rookie dude, forget his name, that was making all those points for OKC. So with that being the case, now one thing they do got going for them though, they did almost win the game yesterday. It was close. And second, another thing they got going on, we understand that NBA is a business. For homeboy to leave Milwaukee won't look good for the NBA. So the referees has to make this game, the momentum go towards Milwaukee. So they ain't gonna just let Milwaukee blow out Milwaukee Bucks like that tomorrow. I'm telling y'all, the referees is gonna make sure that this fight's this close, because from a marketing standpoint, the Greek Freak, they make a lot of their money internationally. So the way they market in the Greek Freak is internationally. So he bring a lot of money to the NBA overseas. So for him, it makes more money for the NBA for the Giannis to win than it does for Miami. They already won. So Miami Heat, it's sad that we got to look at sports like that, but for Miami Heat to win this third game, they're gonna have to really blow them out, and they're gonna have to really hold their composure. And one thing about Jimmy Butler, he's injury prone. That's like Anthony Davis. They're always injury prone. So hopefully another injury doesn't happen, because that can change the whole series, or it could be his feet, his foot, or something like that. So I see it going 6 or 7 too. I don't think they just gonna lose like that based on their skill level. That's just a respect thing. Hopefully Giannis doesn't go to Golden State, bro. Hopefully he just stay, like instead of him fixing his own, because even if he go to another team, not guaranteed to win. Like they not guaranteed to win. Look at the Lakers, they not guaranteed to win. So I just hope he stay. I mean, sometimes you just gotta figure it out. You gotta, like you said, go to the gym, shoot 1,000 jumpers, and just get better and better. And James Harden was, remember he said that comment about him. He only do that because he all taller than everybody. He didn't like that. He got rebounds, he got D, but he just kind of he's kind of like Ben Simmons in a way. Ben Simmons is similar. Yeah.
Here's the bottom line, man. The bottom line with the Milwaukee Bucks is this: like, we have to sit here and we got to digest this series for what it is. You guys just hit it on the thumb. Game 2 was a nail biter. So game 2 was an indicator of the Milwaukee Bucks fighting in that game. Now, they gave up the game. The Miami Heat, you got to give them credit. They found a way to turn things around. They did what they were supposed to, and they delivered the goods. So we're not going to sit here and act like that didn't happen. But it was a close game, and it wasn't like game 1. Here's the thing with the Milwaukee Bucks. What you're going to see the difference between this series is the Miami Heat is a more comprehensive or stimulus package type of team. So they're well coached. Eric Spoelstra. See, this is what we was trying to get Jalik to understand, and now you're seeing it.
I know
this is how LeBron James won the title, because Eric Spoelstra is a good X's and O's coach, and he's learned under the tutorship and under the footmaster of Pat Riley, a legendary coach. This is why LeBron was able to get that first title, why he got that second title. And then here's the thing about the Miami Heat too. They are a well-conditioned basketball team. They're probably the most conditioned basketball team in basketball, bar none. I don't think there's a team in basketball that's more conditioned than the Miami Heat, bar none. That's just the facts.
Yep.
So with that coming in with their conditioning and them always being in shape, and Jimmy Butler, got to give him credit, because a lot of people were saying that Jimmy Butler could not find the right team that he would be able to correlate with. He couldn't find a team that he could be the leader of. And look what happened. He's leading the charge. He got guys like Bam Adebayo, guys like Tyler Hero. He got all these guys, Dragic, all these guys are doing their thing. And they're moving the thumb and they're moving the needle. So you got to give him credit for being that leader and anchoring. Plus, he's on a team that allows him to be that personality that he is. Because of the fact that Jimmy Butler is a two-sided player and he plays elite on the defensive side of the ball, the Miami Heat is a team that you're perfectly integrated to be on a team like that. Then you got guys like savvy veterans like the Udonis Haslem of the world that can be in somebody's ear. That's the heart and soul of that damn team. That Miami Heat team is centralized to do what they're doing. Nobody's surprised. As a matter of fact, we predicted that the Miami Heat would be that dark horse team that would be in the position that they're in at this juncture. But let's not sleep on the fact that Giannis Antetokounmpo is not going to go and erupt. See, I get it. Jimmy Butler and this squad, they're doing everything that they have to do, and they get credit. I'm not surprised if Miami Heat pull an upset and win this series. But I still believe that the Milwaukee Bucks could win this thing in 7. I still believe that. And the reason why is because I feel that Giannis Antetokounmpo hasn't really played at his best. We haven't seen him click on all cylinders. And Richy Rich, we've seen this before last year in the postseason where Giannis Antetokounmpo struggled early on. He didn't go down 0-2, but he struggled early on, but he figured it out. He found a way to get around it. And last time I checked, I'm going to give Jimmy Butler his credit. Don't get it twisted. I'm going to say that Jimmy Butler can do his thing, but Jimmy Butler ain't no damn Kawhi Leonard. Let's not sit here and act like he is Kawhi Leonard. Let's not act like that. Let's not sit here and act like
the 11th draft was good. Klay Thompson.
Let's not sit here and act like he's down there Kawhi Leonard. Because if we sit here and say that, then what we're doing with ourselves is we're selling ourselves short. And we're acting like Jimmy Butler going to be able to do what Kawhi Leonard was able to do. Nah. I feel that Giannis Antetokounmpo, because he hasn't put up his stats, and his stats is 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists. He going to need every bit of those damn stats in this fucking series. I'm going to just keep it real with you guys. He's going to have to ball out of control. The next game, Giannis is going to have to give us 40-plus points, damn near 15-plus rebounds, and damn near almost 10 assists to pull the win off. Because the problem with him and Jalik, the leader, hit it on the thumb and the needle is they don't have the same concrete team that the Miami Heat has. This is when your superstar has to say, you know what? I'm putting everything on my back and I'm going to do what I got to do. And this thing about Giannis Antetokounmpo, you kind of know what he's going to do. There's a move that Giannis Antetokounmpo added to his repertoire. I'm surprised he hasn't used it, but there's a move that he added to his repertoire when he puts the ball down and he does this little shimmy shook and he goes left. I didn't see him do that in the series yet. And I think that move is going to come. He's been doing what he thinks is normal, which is catch the ball low so that defenders could go ahead that are smaller than him, snipe at the basketball. And that's what's been happening. But I need him to start integrating some of those new moves that I've seen him put when he's been practicing into this postseason. So I still believe that he's not at 60%. I believe he's at 75% of his game. He's just not showcasing it to it. The Giannis Antetokounmpo that played the way he did when he dropped 33 points, 13 rebounds, and 7 assists, that Giannis Antetokounmpo is going to show up for the rest of this damn series. And when he does, and this series gets tied 2-2, you guys are going to start seeing something change, a shift. Now, I'm not saying that the Miami Heat cannot win the next game. They probably very well can if the Milwaukee Bucks bullshit. And I'm not saying that the Miami Heat can't pull the upset, but I still feel that this series right here is not over with. Just because you up 2-0, that doesn't mean the series is gone by a long stretch of the imagination. And I feel that the Milwaukee Bucks can turn things around.
Yeah.
And all they got to do right now, when you know the cardinal rule in NBA basketball, especially in the playoffs, when you're down like that, you need to be focusing a game at a time. Let me say it again. You need to be focusing a game at a time. Don't look at the fact that you down 0-2. Focus on game 3 and winning that game. Then go to game 4 and win that game. If you do it like that, then next thing you know, the series is tied 2-2. Now we have a fucking series. Mm-hmm. But right now, if I'm the Milwaukee Bucks, I'm treating this series like a state of emergency. I'm treating it like a state of urgency, and I'm going to make sure that I don't lose this game. Because truth be told, like Richy Rich said, if they go down 0-3, the series is over. It's fucking over. Now we're going to jump on Utah Jazz, and we're going to jump on the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm gonna let Jalik go first on that one because he has some things to say about that, and then Richy gonna get on the back end.
Utah.
What you gotta say, Jalik?
That's first of all, that it was a good series, bro. I looked at the ratings, bro. They bringing it back, and it's good to see new stars coming up. Because Mitchell, he about to sign his max deal, which I think he deserves it. Because Mitchell was nice. He's like a tweener, and then Jamal Murray, bro. Jamal Murray, bro. Yo, I can see him getting even better, bro. He might got more upside than Mitchell, to be really honest with you. It's something about Murray, bro. He nice. He coming out of any nowhere, but for them to come back from 3-1 lets you know they probably got that extra conditioning from well, they not training in Denver, but for the comeback in 3-1 shows a lot of character for your team. And it also put Utah in a bad situation. If the coach don't get fired in a couple weeks, then he's on the chopping block, bro. You cannot do this in basketball, be up 3-1 and lose to a team like that. You can't do that, bro. Coach is they're gonna let him go. Like, it's just a matter of time because he about to do the max deal. And it was funny, I was rooting for both of them, but I was like, I kind of like Denver because I like Jalik. Jalik is another guy that really don't play defense. He get a little sloppy at times, but he do control the ball better. And compared to Giannis, he do got a 3-point shot because Brook Lopez is the best 3-point shooter on Milwaukee. And when he was in New Jersey, I'm like, Brooklyn, he wasn't really shooting threes. So if Brook Lopez can work on his 3-point game, Giannis can do it.
Yep.
Lopez wasn't no 3-point shooter. So as far as Utah, I like what they're doing. Rudy Gobert, the media is trying to create some image that they beefing. That's this all media talk about the COVID stuff that they talking about. So I like Utah, but their coach, that's not normal, bro. You can't let nobody come back 3-1, bro. You can't do that. Not in the NBA. If you plan on having a job, that's just something that's very dangerous. It's almost like getting swept. I was surprised that dude from Indiana got fired, Nate McMillan. I was like, whoa, because they done better than expected. Was it last year? And they fired him. I was like, whoa, the NBA is not playing. As far as Denver and what they can do, as far as you was talking about Denver and Denver versus the Clippers. They can win 2 games. I can just see off the back how they can win 2 games because once again, dude is not consistent like he used to be in his first and second year. Paul George, 1 minute he'd go up or he'd get injured, and then he throw the whole game off. But if you get the Indiana Pacers, Paul George, then they can definitely sweep the Nuggets. They can definitely sweep them, but it's probably not going to happen. With Utah, I like to do angles. I don't know what his contract situation is, but Utah is going to have to figure out what they're going to do with Michael Conley. I know y'all was hating on Michael Conley, saying that he was trash. Wasn't that you? He knows his sports, or that was
I didn't say he was trash, but I did say that that's a waste of a big ass contract, though.
But he's probably, if he got 1 more year left, or if he's a free agent, they probably gonna let him go in a sense because he wasn't really doing nothing. It was all Mitchell, so that'll free up some money on them. And they're small in the backcourt, just like what's their name, Portland. But Rudy Gobert makes up for it because he's one of the best defenders in the game. But sometimes he be in bad positioning where you can get around it. So Utah is there now. The Nuggets, if they upset the Clippers, bro, I don't see it happening. But I'm gonna tell you this, bro. You heard it here first. If the Clippers lose to the Denver Nuggets, Doc Rivers is done because he's already labeled.
You can get that out your head. The NBA already want the Clippers versus the Lakers.
Doc Rivers is done. He's over. Listen, he's still living off. You know how, he knows his sports. You know how Canelo fans living off way in the past about his resume from years ago with Laura. That's what they're doing. He living off 2008 when he won with the Celtics, bro. I'm telling you, he's out of there. If he lose to the Nuggets, I'm done. Like, I would get rid of Doc Rivers. That's not normal, bro. Trust me. Get rid of him, bro.
Well, Richy Rich, what's your take on the situation?
Yeah, I mean, Utah, man, they were up 3-1 in this series, and they allowed Denver Nuggets to battle back, man, and knock them off, man. And Denver, I I mean, I know Utah was missing Bojanovic, but Denver was missing some key players too. They were missing Gary Harris for most of the series. They were missing Will Barton. He didn't play not a game. Those are guys in their starting rotation, man. So I was wondering, man, how did Utah lose the series?
Yeah,
it came down, man, to the battle between Jamal Murray and Donovan Mitchell, man. Jamal Murray.
Now y'all talking.
That man outplayed Donovan Mitchell, man.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Jamal Murray outdueled him, man. That cat.
He got the factor, right? He don't freeze up, bro. He don't
freeze up. Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the dudes that was at Kobe's Mamba school. Hey, he got it, bro. If that's one dude that got something from the Mamba, rest in peace. That's one dude that got something from Kobe, man. Because you saw he laid it all out on the floor. He left everything on the floor, man. He didn't hesitate. He went after it, man. His team was down 3-1. He was like, man, I'm gonna put it on my back. And that's exactly what he did. That man had 2 50-point games in that series, man. And he hit the game winner in game 7.
And he was hurt, bro. I was like, wow, this is hurt. I'm like, wow, that's serious, bro. But I know
exactly.
He knows his sports don't like him because he's gonna say he don't play defense. You know, you gotta be perfect. He knows his
hey, it ain't about perfect. You just gotta play defense, though. Well, go ahead, Richy. Finish saying what you gotta say.
These are young players, man. So, but I see Jamal. I see a willingness in Jamal to want to play defense. So that guys are gonna get better at playing defense. I saw it in the series. There's a willingness. There was hustle plays. There was time he tried to guard. He was doing a good job guarding Mitchell. You know, he made an effort. You know, you just gotta continue at it because defense is an effort thing. If you put all your effort into it, man, that's all it takes. But they got a team, bro. That's one of the teams. This is why I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna go off. I don't want to go off base, but you're just looking at this Western Conference for next year, man. That thing is gonna be a gauntlet, man, because you got these teams right here. You got Denver. They still got some. They got that young boy Michael Porter Jr. That cat was looking nice, man. You know, they got Gary Harris. Jokic was doing his thing in the series. He's a better running mate for Murray than Gobert is for Donovan Mitchell.
You think
that's
so?
another reason? Yeah.
Jokic,
man.
Yeah,
Gobert.
Not as defensively though, so they kind of balance it out, don't you think?
Yeah, they balance it out. They balance it out.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But Jokic can play make for others. That's the thing. He could do things that Gobert can't do. Like he could bring other guys' offensive games to life. Whereas Gobert can't do that.
Facts.
You know?
Yeah.
Gobert can play defense, but sometimes he be doing he be making some mistakes out there that hurt his team. And I felt that Gobert did that in the series, man. Like how you brought up Jalik Delete. There was some spots he was not supposed to be in, and he hurt his team. Like he couldn't get a key rebound. He drifted out of the paint sometimes, and he wasn't in the paint where he needed to be so he could block a shot. He just was not in certain spots at where they needed him to be, man. So Gobert's nice, but I just feel that he don't look right on this Utah team. He might have to go to another team. Seriously,
he's dirty as fuck. Yeah. He's the one that affected every damn body on the damn team.
I think no, bro. I can't see him playing nowhere else. Like I don't know. Like he just seemed perfect with Utah.
He could go somewhere else. You know where he might end up going? He might go to Golden State, man. That Golden State might use some of their assets to acquire him. They need a center.
Yeah, they need.
So you might see that. Yeah, you might see Golden State willing to deal for him.
Yeah.
Now let me just say this real quick. First of all, Jalik want to go ahead because Jalik like to throw this little sprinkle of salt. So guess what? We're gonna wipe the damn salt with sugar, dog. Get out of here with that nonsense, man. Listen, y'all. The Denver Nuggets ain't beating no damn Los Angeles Clippers. That shit ain't happening. Right. The NBA got too much money invested
agree with that.
in the Los Angeles Lakers versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Do you understand how much money is invested in that?
Yeah, I
Do
agree.
you understand listen, man, the Clippers versus the Lakers, Kawhi and Paul George versus LeBron James, Anthony Davis.
Yeah.
If you guys are listening to this platform, I'm always decreeing what this shit gonna look like. On the West, this motherfucking shit gonna be Lakers and Clippers. Ain't nobody beating any one of those teams. That's just the way it's gonna roll. Because the NBA need to get that 7-game series, and that's a 7-game series. Don't get it quick. It ain't going no less than 7. Because the NBA need to get all their money out of that damn series.
Yeah.
That's the way it's gonna roll. But the Denver Nuggets, salute to them from coming down 3-1. They did their thing. Jamal Murray gets all the credit in the world. But like you said, and I was gonna touch up on that, the motherfucker need to get his defense up. I'm impressed that he was able to get past the Donovan Mitchell and them, but I'm not fully impressed. You know why? Because Donovan Mitchell has not matured his game after that first year. You guys remember that first year when he did up Russell Westbrook and he did up Paul George? After that, he kind of got stagnant. He got stagnant. He was, you know how somebody, they look back to feel what they're doing instead of them constantly improving on it? He started feeling himself. That media attention was getting to his head. Hey, man, you eliminated Russell Westbrook. You eliminated Paul George in the first round. He never built upon that foundation. And this is what you're seeing so many years later with Donovan Mitchell, a guy who's still playing the way that he played in year one. It's unacceptable that he got outplayed the way that he did against Jamal Murray. Unacceptable that you up 3-1 and then you lose that damn series. Truth be told, coaches only get a fault for so long, but when it's last said and done, it's on the players, man, because people don't realize. It's like Michael Jordan said in The Last Dance. The organization and the coaches and everybody give us what we need, but the players got to go out there and get the job done when it's all said and done. They got to do what they got to do. And it don't matter what X's and O's you run. If the players are not delivering the goods and getting the job done, then that's on the fucking players, man. Because if the players don't deliver what the X's and O's tell them to deliver, then whose fault is that? You gonna put that shit on the coach?
I agree somewhat, bro, but that's not all the way true, bro.
But that's the way it rolls, dog. Because when it's all said and done, especially when it's the star player, you expect a certain standard from your star player. You cannot be down 3-1, leading the troops. There's something that happened in his mental psychology to where he nutted up. That's what happened. He nutted up. And we just got to call a spade here. You can't be up 3-1 and then just flop in the damn rest of the series. That's a mental issue with that player. That's a mental problem with Donovan Mitchell. And if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I need to take my ass to, unfortunately, Kobe Bryant ain't here no more, but I need to take my ass to a school to where I can learn how to take my game to the next level. As a matter of fact, you know who would be a good teacher for Donovan Mitchell? If he is talking that good talk that he's been talking, Richy Rich and Jalik the leader, then I need to see him walk it out. That's Dwayne Wade. Dwayne Wade said he was touched by Kobe Bryant, right?
I agree, yeah.
Dwayne Wade would be a perfect person to mold a Donovan Mitchell and mold a Victor Oladipo type. You know why? Because their games fit that D-Wade molding.
Yeah.
So D-Wade needs to mold somebody like that. And if I'm Donovan Mitchell, I'm going to humble myself and take my ass to a D-Wade school. Because I feel like his game, if he gets molded under the likes of a Dwayne Wade, he can take himself to the next level. But he's going to have to realize that. Because right now, when we look at Donovan Mitchell, he's still stuck in year one. And that's the problem. That's a fundamental problem. But I got to give credit to the Denver Nuggets because you know what? That's not their problem. They did what they were supposed to do. They came back from 3-1. But here's the thing. That series, when you have a series like that, people have to understand that stuff in basketball. When you have a series like that, where you come back so far like that, that takes a lot out of you. And then you got to go and play an onslaught team like the Clippers in the next round. Don't be surprised if the Clippers whoop this team in 5. Because that first series took so much out of them so that when they get into the next round, they might not have enough basketball left in them. Not to say that they may not turn things around and they may not make them battle tested. That's happened before too. But the makeup that the Denver Nuggets are and the fact that that team hasn't had that solidification as long as they've had it, their chemistry is not where it needs to fully be at. I don't see them giving the Los Angeles Clippers problems. Truth be told, The Los Angeles Clippers, this is their series to lose.
If
they lose this series.
They can't. They got to come at 100%, bro. You can't be playing with that.
No. The Los Angeles Clippers don't even need to be 100%. The Los Angeles Clippers just need to be better than the Denver Nuggets. That's it. That's all they need to win the series. They just need to be better than them. Because truth be told, the Los Angeles Clippers played a harder team in that first round in the Dallas Mavericks. That competition that they face against the Dallas Mavericks is not going to be the same of what they're going to face with the Denver Nuggets. I can be honest with you, bro. They don't have a Luka Doncic type of offensive player that's going to put a lot of stress on that defense. They don't have to worry about it.
They don't shoot threes at the rate that Dallas shoots.
Dallas Mavericks shoot at. So they don't have to worry about, from an offensive standpoint, they don't have to worry about the Denver Nuggets wearing them out like the way like the way the Dallas Mavericks was wearing them out. So I think because of that, all the Los Angeles Clippers got to do in this series is just play better than the Denver Nuggets. And the reason why I'm saying this is because you can't outdo yourself. You can't do too much because remember, your third round going to be against the Los Angeles Lakers. You need to save your engine for that team. You can't outdo yourself for the Lakers. You got to be ready for that 7-game series. So all I'm expecting the Los Angeles Clippers to do is just a little bit more than the Denver Nuggets, and they'll get the job done. I predict this is going to be a 5, at worst 6-game series to the Los Angeles Clippers' favor.
They can't be playing. See, you can't give them confidence because you got to realize homeboy confidence is getting higher. In his mind, he probably think he the best player in the league, and that's the way he's supposed to think. Jamal Murray, and guess what? He's gonna make all his teammates feel like they the best. So they're gonna develop a certain amount of confidence. And with the underdog status, you can't give them no confidence. Like you literally got to blow them out. And the problem with this is Paul George cannot get in foul trouble chasing Jamal Murray around, because if he get in foul trouble, that's going to not look too good. I'm telling you.
Paul George's not going to get in foul trouble because this is what you got to understand. Jamal Murray is not going to wear out Paul George the way Luka did. Luka, that's one thing I'll give him. He ain't got defense for shit, but that motherfucker can play offense out of his ass. Jamal Murray is not the offensive type of player that Luka is. So Paul George don't have to worry from a defensive standpoint. He doesn't have to worry about using his legs as much. He's going to have to use it, but he knows that Jamal Murray is not going to give him that onslaught that Luka Doncic is going to give him, to be honest with you. So Paul George is actually going to have a more success rate at guarding Jamal Murray than he did a Luka Doncic. We've seen this before from Paul George. When he plays against high caliber offensive players that can put up buckets, they do his ass up. His defense has a ceiling cap. But Jamal Murray, let's not sit here and act like he's the second coming. This guy just had one great playoff. It's a great playoff round against the Utah Jazz. But this is against Donovan Mitchell, man. This ain't no Donovan Mitchell. Ain't no damn Kawhi Leonard. Come on, man. Let's stop and pump the brakes on that nonsense.
No, you 1 hour behind them because you way out there. I'm 3 hours behind them. The Denver, well, maybe 2. You might be 2 hours. This dude Jamal Murray is nice, bro. This dude,
he's nice, but he's not. He's nice, but he's not all. He's not. See, this is the problem with people. They get caught up in prison of the moment fiasco.
I'm not doing that.
But let me just say this real quick, Jalik. They get caught up in prison of the moment fiasco. I used to hear this prison of the moment fiasco all the time from Reject Robin. Reject Robin used to say this shit all the damn time. The problem with people, and they got to understand when it comes to prison of the moment fiasco, you only as good in that situation as what you think it should be. Just because you root for a player and you think the player did something great, I need to see more. Kudos, Jamal Murray. You got out of the fucking first round, but it was against Donovan Mitchell. You want to impress me? Beat Kawhi Leonard. Then I'm going to be fucking impressed. But it was against the Donovan Mitchell who hasn't gotten his ass out of the first year.
Gobert, bro. He won. He's like the damn near best defensive in the league.
No, let's not sit here and act like the Denver Nuggets. Let's not sit here and act like the Denver Nuggets gonna be this problem for the Los Angeles Clippers. Stop that, man. Y'all too much, man. I don't know what it is about this generation of basketball, but they get caught up in moments, man. What's up with y'all? Yeah, they beat Donovan Mitchell and them, but don't act like this is gonna translate over. There's levels to this stuff. Kawhi Leonard done showed you the levels. He done showed you the gears. He showed you a gear that Luka. Kawhi didn't even go to full Kawhi. All Kawhi did was say, okay, Luka, You stepped it up. Now let me just add another layer. And then that's what he did. And he whooped his ass. You don't think Kawhi can keep going to layers? Come on, man. I don't even want to hear this nonsense, dog. They got to deal with Kawhi Leonard, a 2-time finals and a 2-time finals MVP. That's a whole nother gamut. That's an upper echelon of the pantheon of greatness type of player. That's a whole nother animal. If Kawhi wants, Kawhi himself could get on Jamal Murray and lock his fucking ass down. If he want to do that, he'll lock. And I'm going to say this straight up. Kawhi will lock his fucking ass down.
Yeah, but Gary Harris can do something. You forgetting about Jokic, bro. Like, who's going to
Jokic going to go off. Jokic going to go off, but that's the only person that's going to be a problem. Now you telling me something. Because the Los Angeles Clippers have issues with big men. I could see him. I could see him doing his thing down low. But from a perimeter standpoint, with the Patrick Beverleys of the world, the Paul Georges of the world, and the Kawhi Leonards, man, they gonna lock down that perimeter, man. Don't get that shit twisted. That shit getting locked and fucking keyed up and clocked. This shit that Jamal Murray did against Donovan Mitchell, this is Kawhi Leonard. This is another level, y'all. This is another gear. This shit ain't happening against the Clippers. So that's why I'm being gracious when I said the Denver Nuggets may get 2 games. But it's more than likely gonna be a sweep or 5 games. They're gonna send their ass packing, man. They're gonna send their rabbit ass packing.
But you gotta go in there with 100% mentality. You can't go in there saying, oh, save your energy. How the fuck you gonna save your energy?
Because even the Chicago Bulls did that shit. The Chicago Bulls used to do that. You see, this is the thing you don't understand. There's levels to this shit. When the Bulls used to play against the Miami Heat in the Eastern Conference, they knew they was playing against a Rudy Poo and a Plum Plum Brain team. So all Jordan used to do, Jordan used to sit there on his laurels and rest. Sometimes he didn't even play defense a whole game. Then come back and whoop they fucking ass. When he started playing against the New York Knicks, okay, this is a team that can take us now. So let me lift the level and let me lift the gear. Championship teams know championship teams that have championship pedigree, they pace themselves. That's what makes them championship teams. They ain't gonna play 100%. You think the Los Angeles Clippers gonna play 100% against the freaking Denver Nuggets? Who the fuck is Denver Nuggets to earn the right to get 100% out of the Los Angeles Clippers? What are you talking about? This ain't the Los Angeles Lakers. Listen, the Denver Nuggets will be lucky if the Los Angeles Clippers give them 50% of themselves. 50 is needed to beat their ass. That's it.
No, they 50%. Got an overrated coach. Like, this dude is overrated, bro.
You just got issues with Doc Rivers. You just got issues with Doc Rivers.
It makes a difference, bro. What has he ever done besides himself? He's solid. But
Doc Rivers is legit, man. Doc Rivers is legit. And you know why he's legit? I'm going to tell you why he's legit. He outcoached the greatest coach of all time in Phil Jackson. That's legit to me. That's legit. You can say what you want. That's legit.
Bro, he getting credit for that. That was 12 years ago. What have we done?
It don't freaking matter. That's Kobe Bryant. That's Phil Jackson. What the hell are you talking about, man?
Yes,
go this dude, dog.
He never made it to the second round. And part of it was him, but another part of it I wanted to talk about. Chris Paul is the biggest superstar choker in probably the history of the NBA. The dude, first of all, he tries to you want to win at something, but it's like he doesn't let the game flow. Like, he always choked. Yesterday he choked. And we can go back to all the series, I mean, against Golden State.
I agree with that.
Clippers. He made that mistake against OKC that year. I forget what year it was, 13, 14. He's the biggest choker. Like, something is up with Chris Paul, but the music creates this line like he's all this, he's the perfect. He's solid, but he's not next level, bro. Like, they need to start saying that on TV, but I guess because he's the Players Association guy, they're afraid to say it, bro, because they need to tell him the truth about what he's doing. Like, I don't know what y'all think his problem is. Like, he probably tried. He need to let one thing you can't say about Curry, them light-skinned niggas, they be happy, bro. They be smiling, they be having fun. This nigga Paul, he look angry, bro. He need to have some fun on the basketball court, bro.
Look at it. Ain't about no light skin, dark skin. It's about can you fucking play ball. How about that? It's about can you play ball, dog.
They be happy, they be smiling, and they just let it flow. When you too tense, that's what caused you to make mistakes, bro. Like, that's not cool for him to do that. Like, he threw the ball out. Like,
so what's your take on it, Richy Rich? What's your take on it?
Well, Chris Paul, man, honestly, man, Houston, man, they weren't supposed to let this series go 7, man. Honestly.
I agree, bro.
Okay, see, listen, Chris Paul, yeah, he's a choker, man. He's choked there's a lot of times where he's choked, but he was not supposed to go to 7 games with this Houston Rockets team. So it's more about. Listen, we know Chris Paul's a choker, but it's more about how numbnuts Russell Westbrook and James Harden are.
There you go.
Yeah. So we need to focus on those two numbnuts, man. Them guys wanted to give away that game last night, man. Harden surprised me. He was able to get a block off that dude Dort, but the mistakes, the choking that I saw, the high level of choking that I saw from James Harden and Russell Westbrook in the final minutes, man, I was like, what are these doing, man?
Done, bro.
They want to give this game away. You saw Westbrook kept going, driving with being clumsy at not trying to focus on making a layup to ice the game. James Harden turning over the ball, trying to flop at the end, trying to fool the referees. I'm like, what? These guys, it's the same thing every year. What's that saying? Doing the same thing and seeing the same results is the definition of insanity, man. This is what these guys do a year in and year out. They don't change anything up.
Oh, bro.
I don't know. It doesn't. Listen, I can't ponder it, especially James Harden. He plays the same game. I'm like, yeah, them so many years of losing the Golden State Warriors, man. You got to change something up, man.
Yep.
It's his positioning, bro.
You know what they need to get rid of? They need to get rid of Daryl Morey because his ass done put a bunch of what we would call them high octane betas, aka alpha wannabes together. They need to fire his damn ass.
Yeah,
go ahead, Richy.
I gotta do something, bro. Sorry.
Yeah, man. I didn't touch on Clippers and the Nuggets, man, but like Hino said, yeah, the Nuggets, man, they got nothing for the Clippers. We know the Clippers are coming out of that series. This series is a great series for Kawhi Leonard and PG to lock in defensively and do what they're known best for as being the some of the best two-way players in the league, especially Kawhi. You're gonna see them do handle Jamal Murray, man. Jamal, he might have a couple games where he might be able to do his thing, man, but they're gonna be on that dude for majority of the series. They're not gonna let that dude do what he was doing in this Utah series, going on a clinic, man, having whatever he wanted out there. They're not going to allow that, man, like that. No way. You're going to see these boys locking all that time they had to figure out a game plan for whoever they're going to play next in this next round. And then I was kind of hoping that they got Denver because I didn't want it to be a little too easy. If they got Utah, that thing would have been a little too easy. Utah is offensively challenged, man. If Donovan Mitchell is not doing nothing, man, that team can't. Those guys are offensively challenged, bro. If Donovan Mitchell's not doing anything, nobody else, because they need Bojan Bogdanovic is not there. Those are the only two guys that get buckets on their team like that. Mike Conley, he's regressed at the player he used to be when he was on Memphis Grizzlies. All the injuries, he's just not who he used to be. But I'm glad Denver gutted out that series and won because we're gonna be able to see a much more competitive series. And the Clippers, man, we're gonna see them at their best, and they're gonna keep locking. And Pat Bev, he comes back in this series, man. You're gonna see some really good on-ball defense, man. And I'm looking forward to this series. So I don't think the Clippers are gonna sweep them. The Clippers might beat them in 5. If they slip up, it goes 6 games. That's the bottom line is the series.
The bottom line is the Clippers are going to use this series to get their defensive legs up under them so they can prepare for the Los Angeles Lakers. This is a perfect series. This is a series that when you use a team to get yourself right. Because we know the Clippers are just better than the Nuggets. They're going to use their fucking ass to get their defensive affairs in order so that when they play against LeBron and Anthony Davis, they are well fine-tuned. They may even let this shit go out to 6 just to get their defensive legs up under them enough so that when they play against the Los Angeles Lakers, they clicking on all cylinders defensively. But that's what the Clippers are going to do. They're basically going to use and abuse. I'm going to say this out loud and proud. They're going to use and abuse the Denver Nuggets to get their defense right. And then once they feel their defense is right, they're going to blow their ass out, send them packing, go on fishing, and they're going to be sitting there waiting on the sidelines for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Really?
That's what that series is going to be all about.
They can't get hurt, bro. They got to make sure they don't get hurt this series too. But you don't want to play.
Oh, they ain't getting hurt. They're not getting hurt this series.
No, Kawhi Leonard, man, he be getting hurt. Paul George, that's the only thing about them, bro.
But see, this is the thing. They've already done the load management. Matter of fact, Kawhi Leonard had load management on top of load. You know what it was? 3 to 4 months of COVID. That was super load management, though. This man didn't play basketball for 3 to 4. He's so fresh right now. It's not even funny. It's not even funny. He's fresh. So there is no load management. Kawhi can play.
There's no back-to-back games.
Yeah, Kawhi can play the rest
every 2 days
of this postseason without missing no damn games because he actually got 3 to 4 months off of his legs. And then there's no back-to-back games in this postseason. So I don't expect the Los Angeles Clippers to get hurt. Now, anything can happen in basketball, but I just don't expect that.
I hate to see people. Yeah, I hope everybody is cool, bro, because I mean, I do want to see the Clippers versus the Lakers, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
Houston can beat them. But we're gonna
talk the last one, man. We're gonna talk the last one because I want your take on it. The Raptors and the Clippers, man. This is a good fucking series. I got the Celtics beating the Raptors in 6 games, and like I told everybody, the Celtics exposed the fact that the Raptors just don't have Kawhi Leonard. They're missing something.
That's true.
And I told everybody, Pascal Siakam is not a superstar name. Fred VanVleet is not a superstar name. That shit ain't happening. We used to have the biggest bona fide Toronto Raptors superstar fanboy on this platform. You know what I'm saying? And hey, if you listening out there, the Toronto Raptors win one title every 100 fucking years. And the reason why they won that damn title is because of Kawhi Leonard. They ain't got Kawhi no more. So what you think gonna happen? So Jalik, talk to them, man. What's your take on the Raptors and the Celtics?
Oh yeah, I actually think it's gonna end in 5, bro. Because Celtics are not playing. I think it's gonna end in 5. Because this kind of respect for Toronto, they'll win the game, but the Celtics gonna get them in 5. And I think I'll be honest with you, I think the Celtics probably make it to the finals, bro. Gonna make it to the finals. And the reason being, overrated Kyrie is going, and they bring in Kemba Walker, 2011 draft. That's when you have to get an overrated player. Kyrie and watch them finals. They gonna win, I'm not sure, but they going to the finals, bro. They gonna get them out of there in 5. Bro. They get them out of there in 5.
Hey, when I said this so many months ago last year, when I was talking about the Toronto Raptors, I had Toronto Raptors fans, all of them. That's why Kawhi Leonard left that We the North team, that fuck shit team, man. They got on my community post in my comment section, damn near want to curse me the hell out because I told the truth. Y'all ain't got Kawhi Leonard no more. He left y'all hot and bothered like grits. Nick Nurse, you could tell he was a what we would say a lump dump coach that was just there to be a lapdog because Kawhi Leonard was supposed to make him look good. Kawhi Leonard was supposed to make him look good. That's what it was all about. Kawhi making this motherfucker look good. That's it. And then he ain't there no more. That's why you saw Nick Nurse look like he was about to shed a damn tear because he said, man, I thought Kawhi was going to be here for the next few seasons. And then Masai Ujiri, he's so distraught about Kawhi Leonard leaving, he ain't made no adjustments to make the team better. Damn, dog, Kawhi affect you like that? We all know Pascal Siakam was just being extra for no damn reason. When he had the mic next to him, listen, you ain't even a fucking Pippin. And you gonna sit here and tell us that, oh, we don't need Kawhi? Shut up, man. Kawhi Leonard made your ass. Without Kawhi Leonard, there wouldn't be no fucking Pascal. Listen to the name, Pascal Siakam. Does that sound like a superstar name to you?
You're going too far, bro. You gotta give him
Fred VanVleet. Does that sound like a superstar name? Kawhi made that fucking team. That's why Drake went to Kawhi's house and begged Kawhi to stay. You know what Kawhi said? Ain't no rapper gonna make me stay. Fuck y'all. I was using you guys as damn near trade. I was using you guys as layaway bait so that I can basically power broke where I wanted to be back home in LA. Because Kawhi's from LA. He was really trying to go to the Lakers, but LeBron James didn't know his role and know his place, and they want to be number 2. So because LeBron didn't want to be number 2, Kawhi took his ass to the Clippers. That's what that was about. But if LeBron would have just taken his Scottie Pippen role, Kawhi Leonard would have went to the Lakers, and then it would have been Kawhi Jordan, LeBron Pippen, and then freaking Anthony freaking what Rodman, whatever, however you want to call that shit. That's how it would have been. It would have been that tandem. But LeBron didn't know his role as the number two that he truly is. So Kawhi couldn't go to the Lakers. He took his ass to the Clippers. And now we're going to get a Lakers and we're going to get a Clippers in the Western Conference Finals. That's the way I see that shit playing out. But the Raptors, they just need a superstar. Like everybody's been saying, Tyrone Spitzer, RD ruling mentality. They ain't got no fucking superstar.
Giannis might can go there, especially if he get better.
Giannis ain't going to no damn Raptors.
Might, bro. You got they got like the best fans, and we know Toronto one of the best cities to live in, bro. So the thing is, Toronto ain't nobody going to no damn Toronto Raptors. That's a 1 in 100 year of winning a title, bro. Toronto. So let me ask you this, bro. You rather live in Portland or you rather live in Toronto, bro?
I'd rather live in Portland than Toronto.
Okay.
That's just me, though. I'd rather live in Portland than Toronto.
I'd rather live in Toronto than New York, bro. For real.
You said in New York?
Yeah, for sure.
Nah, hell no.
What's your thought?
You've been to Toronto?
Hell no.
No, I haven't been.
Hell no.
It's like international. I list like stuff that's international. What's Steve Nash in the on the overrated guys team? Kyrie being the new
Richy, what's your take? What's your take on this situation? Because you know, Jalik, if you let him go, he'll go off rip, dog. What's your take on the situation with the Raptors and the Celtics, dog?
We're gonna touch on that, Jalik. Yeah. My take on the Raptors and the Celtics is I knew the Celtics were gonna give those guys these issues that they've been giving them because Toronto, man, they're a stagnant offensive team. You know, if Lowry can't push the pace like he wants to, that team struggles. You know, and Siakam, he's like a poor man's Giannis, man. His game is still kind of raw, is still pretty raw, but he's not the player that Giannis is.
He can't even tie Giannis shoestraps. Come on now.
Like you can see he's an obvious player. Like you know what he's gonna do. The reason why when Kawhi was there last year, he was able to go under the radar because teams were focusing on stopping Kawhi. So now Siakam could cut to the basket. He could get those easy backdoor slides to the basket and go under the radar. But now that he's an all-star, he got some attention. Teams are keying in on him, and they're playing.
Ain't even no damn all-star. He's a simple star.
Yeah, you're seeing that. You know, he still has improvements to make on his offensive repertoire. He's not where he needs to be at. So this is why Toronto is struggling in this series. Lowry can't get off. The Celtics are playing good defense on him. They're not falling for his flops because Lowry, man, there's one thing Lowry is exceptional as. He's good at flopping that call, getting that referee to call that whistle. And the Celtics are doing a good job, man. They're not allowing that dude to take charge with those with fooling the refs. So you know, kudos to the Celtics. But it's one thing the C's got. The C's are a top defense in this league. They can defend just as good as the Raptors can, but they can score better than the Raptors. That's why the Raptors can't score like the C's. You got Jason Tatum, man. That kid, he's matured. Jaylen Brown, he's matured. You see the maturity in their games in this series. And
they've been together for a couple of years.
They've been together for a couple of years, man. And you see it. You see what they're doing out there on the court. Those guys are Marcus Smart. That's a savvy vet that anybody would want on the team. He's a guy. He could hit some shots, and you know he's gonna play hard-nosed defense. You always want one of those dogs on your team. That man is what you call a dog. So he's out there. He's making them boys on Toronto work. He's shutting down Van Vliet. He's playing good defense on Lowry. He's playing good defense on Siakam. He's 6'4", but he's a dude you could throw on anyone, man, because that dude, he's not scared. I like that. I like seeing players like that on the court. And Kemba Walker, I'm not gonna lie, Kyrie, Jalik keep calling Kyrie overrated. Kyrie, he's overrated in a sense to where Kyrie, his offensive talent is not overrated. Kyrie is up there with the best, man. But his sense of trying to be a leader, trying to find his way into a team. That's where he's overrated. He was not a good leader on this team, and his chemistry was off. He was not letting Jason Tatum be Jason Tatum. He wasn't letting Jaylen Brown be Jaylen Brown. He was trying to basically be the guy that things got to run through me. You can't do that when you got talented young bucks like that on your team. You got to let these guys, you got to give these guys some shine too, man, because Kyrie gonna get his shots. Kyrie wanted a lot of those moments. He didn't like when Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum was getting big shots. He got into an argument with the head coach about the whole situation, and he called out the head coach in the situation, which he shouldn't have done. He kind of showed his immaturity as a leader, man, and it just didn't work with the team. Kemba Walker, man, you see what Kemba's doing. He's picking his spots, and he's letting Jason Tatum do his thing because Jason Tatum is the future. You can't, it's undeniable. You see this kid. This kid is going to be the big star down the future. That's the future right there. You can't undeny that kid. Let him do his thing.
And you see, and you know what's the common denominator? Jalik don't like to hear this. That's a Kobe pupil, dog. You see, Mamba mentality type of players, they always showcase themselves on another level. That's a Mamba mentality type of player. That's why he's doing his thing.
It's exactly. Like he knows another player that went to the Mamba Academy and trained in the Kobe. So it's paying dividends. And you see what Jason Tatum is doing out there. He straight balling.
And they know that too, because Smart was snapping, bro.
Yeah,
bro, he one of my favorites because he played defense. He know his role, and he came into the league. He wasn't really defense like that. He was just more like supposed to be the star from Oklahoma. But he found his money, bro.
And he knows how to throw his body.
Was the go-to player on Oklahoma State,
bro.
But listen, he found his niche in the NBA, man, and he does it well. So he's a gutsy player. So you got to respect him.
And it's interesting that he took his game to the next level because if you guys remember, the Celtics were going to get rid of his ass at one point. So it's good that he made that tweak to make sure that he wasn't tradable anymore. Because you guys know Danny Ainge will pull that fucking trigger quick, fast, in a hurry. He don't play that crap. He will pull that trigger.
Yeah. And so far in this game, this is probably going to be the most hard-fought game in today in this series because Toronto know if they lose this game, it's a wrap.
Yep.
So Toronto's probably going to win this game.
You know why I hope they lose this game? Because I want all the Toronto fans, I'm making this very clear. I want all the Toronto fans to go sit down somewhere. What? Higgity fucking hush, man. Because all of these fuckers, every last one of them sat here and acted like they didn't need Kawhi Leonard. The chickens have fucking come to roost. That team was set up chemistry-wise for Kawhi Leonard to do what he did. He's no longer there. They don't have a superstar, so they are done. They are freaking an aberration. Matter of fact, they are the Hassan Rahman. They are of freaking basketball. That's the way that I look at that damn team. It wasn't supposed to happen, but it happened nevertheless. And that's what happened. So the Toronto Raptors are exactly being knocked down at the levels that they belong on. I want the Boston Celtics, to be honest with you, to sweep the Toronto Raptors so that it could send a universal message to all of these Toronto fanboys and fangirls. You should have never did what you did to Kawhi Leonard when you disrespected Kevin Durant. Because that left a bad taste in Kawhi Leonard's mouth, and that's why he left y'all rabbit asses. Y'all should have been tasteful when Kevin Durant had that Achilles injury. Don't boo his ass and don't sit there and make it seem like it was an issue. Because last time I checked, the NBA is a fraternity. And just because two teams are playing against one another, these guys still support one another. They're a fraternity. They're friends when it's all said and done.
Yeah.
And no player want to see another player get laughed at and ridiculed by NBA fans that's supposed to sit there and say, man, that's a tough moment. And when they did that, I already knew then the chickens were coming to roost, and I already knew nobody was going to play. That's why I'm telling you, Jalik, ain't no player going to want to play for that team because of that fan base. because that fan base showed you their dirty side. When the tough gets going and it gets dirty, they laugh at people. Who want to play for a team like that?
I don't know, bro. They was gonna give him lifetime food for him to stay. They was really showing some love to Kawhi, and Kawhi
he didn't like the way that they showed their sportsmanship, because that's one thing about fans. Fans, you want to keep a superstar player. Superstar players now in the NBA have more cachet than they've ever had before. And if you want to keep them, then you better do everything in your power to tuck ass. You better tuck fucking ass, dog.
They gonna be honest though. They gonna offer him is what they gonna offer him, a 10% in the team or something, because they're done, bro.
I don't think Giannis going to the Raptors. When Giannis leaves the Milwaukee Bucks, his number one option is going to be the Golden State Warriors. And the reason why I'm saying that is because they got Curry, they got Klay Thompson, they got Draymond Green. You add Giannis there, that's an instant superstar.
They descending though, bro.
And then their second option, and I could see that, but I just didn't like Stephen A. Smith and freaking Max Kellerman to talk about it, was the Miami Heat. I could see him going to the Miami Heat. Because him and Jimmy Butler and the squad that they have, that's an instant superstar team right there. Like that would be a nice.
They're gonna have to give up some of the players, though.
Yeah, so
man, they could. I could name some of them. They could get rid of Dragic. I could name you some of the players they can get fucking rid of.
Name some.
But you ain't gonna get rid of Bam Adebayo.
You ain't getting rid of Bam, man.
No. Bam is untouchable. Bam is untouchable. Tyler Hero's untouchable. And Jimmy Butler's untouchable.
They asking for Tyler Hero. They asking for Bam Adebayo. If I'm Milwaukee Bucks, you crazy. I'm asking for all of them dudes.
Nah. Do that.
You ain't gonna swindle me, man.
Then Giannis don't need to come to the Heat. Then that's it.
They gonna make it where they gonna not give up too much, or they just say fuck it. He gonna sign here anyway, and we'll just wait till the summer of 2021 and hold it out, so they don't got to give up the players. They always got the leverage because Pat Riley is a smart GM.
He got that space though.
But they make something happen without them giving up the people. So
Bam ain't going nowhere, man. Bam is a thank you, Beast Mode 314. Bam ain't going nowhere. Bam is a transitional basketball player. He ain't going nowhere. I can see them getting rid of Tyler Hero. Okay, if I gotta part ways with one of them, Hero, your ass on the chopping block. But Bam ain't going nowhere. They got to keep that nucleus.
Bro, I'm not going to lie, bro. I'm telling you. They got the African thing, Siakam. I think Siakam from Cameroon, where Ibaka, a homeboy from Nigeria. He might go to Toronto, bro.
Nah.
He might go to Toronto.
It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen.
You sleeping on Nick Nurse,
It might happen. It might happen, though.
Nah, it ain't going to happen.
Bro, I don't know why you
It ain't going to happen. Bro. It ain't going to happen. It ain't going to happen. It's just not going to happen. Who the hell want to play for the Toronto Raptors? Who?
Toronto's going to have the cap space.
Nah. Toronto Raptors, the way they treated Kevin Durant, I'm telling you, man, there's a fraternity that goes on in basketball. Y'all keep forgetting this shit. There's a fraternity that goes on. It's a respect thing. And it's a fraternity. You can't disrespect one superstar level player, the level of a Kevin Durant, the way that fan base did, and don't think there's not going to be repercussions. There's going to be repercussions for your action. This is why the Toronto Raptors is a 1 in 100 year NBA title team. The next time they win the NBA title is going to be we all going to be dead by then. It's going to be 2119. That's the next time they're going to win the NBA title. I'm telling y'all. That's the next time they win the NBA title. Bro. 2119.
Because you got some people that's going to be free agents that they're not going to be able to afford to sign. Nah. So you never know, bro. I think Van Fleet is going to be gone. I was looking at the free agents this summer. I think he's going to be out of there. We'll see.
Well, we'll see. We'll see. But all right, man.
They're going to try to keep him.
They should.
Richy Rich.
Toronto, they just signed home. When is his contract up? Next year?
Richy Rich, Jalik, thank you guys, man. You know, I got to jump on this other live stream, this boxing live stream. Well, appreciate y'all. Thank you for your contributions, man. Hey, Jalik, you came in this mug, man, and you turned it up a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. You said some things that it shows that you've been watching the platform. So you're learning, dog. You learning.
I know basketball, bro.
Learning, dog. You learning. I like that. I'm gonna have your ass back more now. See, it's good to get molded, dog. It's good to get molded.
Yo, tell that other name. I forgot the name. I just remember Stat Tracker, the stat guy. Tell him what's up, and the other guy that's in Australia. Tell him.
Don't worry. Don't worry. The whole band's gonna come back. But today we needed your energy, and we needed Rich's energy. Rich, man. Salute to you, brother, man. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for everyone in the chat that showed up and showed out. We appreciate all y'all, man. We're gonna run this shit back again tomorrow. So Jalik, I'm gonna call your damn jersey again. Rich, I'm gonna call your jersey. Yeah. And who knows? I may have Lewis Sports Network on this motherfucker so we can all have it out.
Yeah.
So y'all be easy, man. Y'all take care. Y'all enjoy yourselves on Thirsty Thursdays. Peace.
Peace, man.